and I was like, okay.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Vampire Diaries After Show here on theStreamtv. Well, happy Friendsgiving, everyone. Oh my gosh, this was such an amazing episode. But in honor of Friendsgiving, in 100 words or less, quoting Caroline, we're all gonna go around and say what we are thankful for this episode of Vampire Diaries. So I am your host, Megan Lamontagne, and I am thankful for all of you viewers out there watching right now. Thank you. And now to my left.
Hey guys, I'm Jessica Hickam, and I am so thankful that I get to work with these amazing ladies every week talking about Vampire Diaries. It doesn't get much better.
You are the sweetest. And over here to my right.
Hey everyone, Melinda Hale here, and I am grateful, grateful, all the
Same thing.
that we finally got answers to this episode because there were a lot of questions about that coven, so I'm excited we get to talk about it today.
And last but not least,
Hi guys, Rachel Rowland here, and I am thankful for Damon and Elena finally rekindling this love. It's overdue.
Yes.
It's gonna be natural. True love is true love. I can hear her smiling next to me.
they did.
my
They had a little hands holding action.
Yeah, but then she asked about Bonnie.
crushed it.
Yeah.
It's still
Like, go,
happening.
Elena.
It's naturally like that spark.
It was a burn.
No, I feel it too. I'm not gonna lie, I do feel it.
It
but
was a little bit of a burn,
Say
though,
what?
at the end.
I know.
Poor Damon. But
I'm still.
so much to talk about. Like, this episode blew all of our minds. There was so much uncovered that we couldn't have possibly guessed. So we are going to be talking about how Joe is twins with Kai, and they are both also related to twins Liv and Tyler. Mind blown. So let's
much.
talk about that
much to
family
talk about.
relationship.
It started so dark at the beginning, like with
did.
showing how Kai killed them. That was
We
crazy.
were all talking about how we thought it was going to be such a lively, fun episode with Caroline doing her type A
Friendsgiving, right?
Friendsgiving, and then it was murder, blood.
It was really dark.
So dark.
We kept saying that. We were like, what is happening?
It was like a slasher movie. It was crazy.
I really liked it though. I felt like
so good.
Vampire Diaries needed a story like this because it was genuinely scary. And I love that Kai is a total psycho. Like it's just well, I mean,
Except he was kind of hot today.
Yeah.
you were hot
We were all like,
tonight.
is that the same actor?
We were like,
Does he
hold
look the
on.
same?
we think it was because he was actually dressed in normal clothes.
And he got a
had
spray
like
tan.
Hoodie on, he got a
did
spray
have a tan.
tan.
I mean, we just were noticing his jawline.
Yeah. His hair was done really well. He looked good.
He looked really good. So we ended up just discovering that Joe and Kai were the original twins, and they would eventually have to merge their powers. One would survive, and they would then become the leader of the coven. But then, thanks to Melinda, because sometimes I'm like, I don't quite understand it once they explain it. So then Melinda explains
Because
to
it's
me.
not complicated.
Yeah, it's not complicated at all.
Right.
Melinda explains to me that Kai was kind of a troublemaker, so then his parents wanted to have another set of twins, so one of them could then become the leader. Let's talk about the merging of powers and how Joe basically faked Kai into doing the merge, and then that's what really sent him into the other realm. So let's talk about just our feelings.
I was a little bit thrown though because I remember them saying something about a Bennett witch, like that it was her Grams that did it. But then they were like, his dad did it. So I'm like, wait, is the dad working with Grams? I was a little confused by that.
Well, it was
Well,
a Bennett
it was-
witch. It was their spell. I think that's what it is.
But
That-
you're right.
Because
But
they
yeah.
definitely
You're
brought
right.
up
Absolutely.
Bonnie's grandma, and then it was
Right.
just all about how the dad sent him there. And I was like,
Right. Well, because Joe said that Grams took her under her wing, but I don't know. I'm not. You're right.
I was
And does
thinking about
Bonnie know Joe then?
Well,
I guess she hasn't been.
no, she hasn't
We
been
don't
there.
know.
Bonnie's
we don't know.
I
Yeah.
do think that Bonnie knows Joe because they said that they all moved to Mystic Falls or whatever, and they were a good friend of Bonnie's grandmother when they were
Right.
young. So of course Bonnie was around.
And they're kind of like
Right.
doing the same trick.
And if we think about it,
magic and-
Right.
Bonnie has been MIA for so long that I don't
so
even
long.
think does she even know of Liv and Luke?
No.
Oh.
Or does
they
she?
never met?
No. Yes, she does.
She
yeah.
does?
Yes, she
No,
does.
because last season.
But maybe
right.
she didn't know who they were all grown up.
Remember, she was gonna try to take Liv under her wing.
Right, and then
And
she
then-
realized
yes.
she knew had
And then
better magic
she
than she
realized
did.
that,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's still a lot of questions clearly
It feels like
that
Bonnie
we need to
hasn't been there in a
uncover.
really long time.
Bonnie needs to
Yeah.
get back into
Well, even when she
on
came back
Earth.
from the dead, she was still. Then she left again, right away. So she was ghost Bonnie for a really long time, and then right as we got her back, then
she went
she
to
and
the other
Damon
side,
went to the
yeah.
other side. It was so
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
They have
It's
a
been
lot
so
to catch
long.
up on.
It's been so long. But one of my favorite parts of the episode was I was completely mind blown. Damon goes through this vortex. He's looking for Bonnie. So really the three musketeers go on this journey.
yeah.
They miss Friendsgiving, which half of them were invited and whatever. And they go on this journey to save Bonnie. But what ends up happening is Damon is blindsided by Kai's father. And then this whole other storyline begins to develop. So my question is, was Kai's dad being malicious? Was he really trying to do good for Joe, or was he really trying to kill her?
Well, it's interesting because he said he was going to kill Joe because he knew if Kai came back, he was just going to go straight for her and kill her anyways.
Right.
So he didn't want Kai to be the leader. But he made this weird comment that, like, the coven comes before the family. So it's like you're killing your own daughter to save her, but then you're really saying that the coven's more important than your own daughter.
That was like the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
That was like what, then Kai brought it up as well, and he was like, well, my dad was always coven first.
Yeah.
And so we kind of saw a sympathetic side to Kai
Yeah,
tonight,
yeah.
which you guys said, and I was like, man, I'm still not buying
No,
it.
you felt a
but-
little bad for him.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh,
They
yeah.
gave him a moment.
But
They
he's
did,
still
for sure.
crazy.
But I'm like, I think I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
totally confused because if you're working with a Bennett.
I think you were mixing
mix-
Coven and Ben.
If you're working with a bonnet witch, am I still
Bennett.
saying Bennett? Oh my gosh,
Her
Bennett.
name is Bonnie Bennett. You're
Bonnie
like merging
Bennett.
the first
Oh,
names.
no, no, no.
That's going to be the new fusion.
You
the
can't
first
be
name.
bad. Like, he had to have good intentions, right? Because that's like the main thing is that they're like these good witches.
Well,
so,
Bonnie's grandma has kind of done some stuff in the past, hasn't she?
But it has always been, I think, for Bonnie's benefit. But like, I think it's just he really didn't want Kai
Bonnie's
to be the leader.
sacrificing herself every 30 minutes.
I know.
Like, seriously?
Right.
I know.
Right.
It's just so, I don't know. There was just so much that happened this episode. I'm still trying to like catch up and get my mind around it. But I'm just still really suspicious of Kai's dad. First of all, I don't even remember what his name is, Mr. whatever. Do we even know their
Kai.
last?
That's
Papa
what Damon
Kai.
calls
Papa
him.
Kai.
Papa Kai.
I'm really confused by Papa Kai. I just don't really know whether his intentions are genuine, and maybe that's why Kai is messed up because
Right.
they were so about the coven growing
Right.
up and how the coven comes before the family, and
He just doesn't want Kai to be the leader.
I could totally
Right.
see them doing that twist to make us love Kai. Like, if he's the new bad
No,
guy.
no.
Like, no, because they'll make it that, like, he's so bad and you hate him, but then there's, like, it's kind of like a Damon thing, where he's
Yeah.
so bad, but you're kind of like, oh, I feel
Well,
for him. I see.
I didn't go through that. But.
But Melinda, you had a really good point tonight. I think it was you who said that you thought they were going to bring Joe back, and bring Kai back, and Joe was going to somehow take his powers, so then Liv and Luke could live.
right, because
Right.
you had said something, and I was like, that's totally what Papa Kai
Right.
is trying to do. But then he ends up trying to when Joe goes, my dad's trying to kill me. Then everything switched.
were like-
But
gears.
it's because Kai could take Joe's power, and he automatically will cancel her
because
out and
Kai-
be the leader. That's
because
why he was trying to
Kai
kill
doesn't
Joe.
have power.
Right.
How would she take his power? Wouldn't
Well, no, I
she
think
just
there's-
have to kill him?
They're trying to say, like, it's the stronger, weaker, but, like, the dad's already deciding that Kai's the
stronger.
stronger. Why
Yeah,
can't Joe
exactly.
be stronger? Like, maybe she's grown.
Well, how?
Yeah, how do
the
we
whole
really
thing
know
is
that?
like the whole thing is
I
that
think
they
that's
have
the whole
to take
thing.
the power.
Kai, no matter
right?
what, would be the leader because he can take Joe's power. I think that's what the whole issue is.
But if he took her power, she wouldn't necessarily die, right?
Well, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
happened.
because they merge.
well.
But
okay.
he has no power to merge with,
But
is what you're saying.
He doesn't have any power. So
Yeah, so there's nothing really to
it doesn't.
merge.
I don't know how it would.
But if it's maybe if he sucks all her power, then that's why she would die. I don't know.
then
a
how
really
could
good-
she kill him?
I just want to know,
so
while
confusing. I know.
basically we're just recapping this whole episode, because I just want to know, are you all as confused as we are? I mean, it was a great episode,
amazing.
but
It was
now it
great.
brings up so many different, so many other theories and so many ways that the writers of the Vampire Diaries could go with this. So we want to know your theories. We want you to tweet us using the hashtag TVDAS, and we're going to be taking some of your live questions a little later on. But why don't we take a break from this whole twin Gemini coven
brain hurts.
We can talk
magic
about it for
thing.
hours.
Right.
And I want to visit Elena and Liam for a second. Do you think? Exactly. Do you think Elena should have compelled Liam to forget that she told him she was a
Yes.
vampire?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 That whole relationship, I didn't have as much of a problem with Liam as this girl did. But I just felt like the relationship wasn't genuine. I didn't believe it. It felt very
No.
forced, and I don't know. I was even saying, I was like, I wish Kai was Liam almost.
That's
in a
what you were
sense.
saying.
Like,
She's
I
just
don't know.
totally downgrading. Like there was nothing that made me love like Liam. Like there was no redeeming qualities, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe. Like he was just always really annoying.
I didn't get the huge leap. They went from like, she's like, don't kiss me, to
I broke my boyfriend.
I broke up with him. Like,
how did you know to tell me you were a vampire?
They were like,
it was like ridiculous.
It wasn't believable. It wasn't
so
believable. Disingenuous. So
yeah, and I think you're right. I think in the casting department they should have cast Liam as Kai and Kai as the new Liam, because I would have been totally on board. But for some reason, I'm not saying that Liam's not good looking. There's no chemistry with them.
I didn't see the two of them
There was
fitting,
no chemistry, and clearly we know that Elena wasn't in love with Liam, because when she was talking to Stefan on the phone, he said, how do you know? How did you know to trust me? And he said, I loved you. And you could tell she looked at him and she was like,
well, I don't love
that's
Liam.
not it.
No,
so
but she looked like a high schooler.
I think Melinda, you and I were like, no, she's not gonna say it.
Because
There's no way. Too soon.
But she was forced. She was forced to tell him, because obviously she had to save Joe right in front of him, and he was left. I think it was hilarious. What was it? At Friendsgiving, they said coven, and they're like, oven. They said oven. They said oven. I was like, that was clever.
I felt so bad for him, because he was just like the human.
I really thought
He's always lost.
And really quickly, we have to bring up the fact that Matt and Jeremy were not
invited.
invited.
How do you have a Friendsgiving without Matt and Jeremy? Please explain that one. Explain that one to us.
It's your brother. Yeah. Where is he?
Are they somewhere? Did we miss something?
Like, are they on a mission?
I don't know.
Well, Trip's dead, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Enzo. They're hanging out with Enzo.
Yeah, but
You
where's
know,
Enzo?
You know what should have happened? Should have been Enzo, should have been Matt, should have been Jeremy and Sarah, and then they should have brought up the whole Salvatore thing, and that would have been an entertaining thing.
There you
for
go.
Friendsgiving.
Okay.
We were talking about how we were really excited last week when we saw the trailer for Friendsgiving, because it looked so fun.
Yeah.
And it looked so funny, and we really thought this was going to be just a chillaxed episode. We're all chillaxed, but hell to the no.
This was a dark episode.
This was a dark episode.
It was so dark.
Yeah.
They threw
Like
so
blood
much at us.
smears everywhere.
Everyone was getting stabbed in the spleen. I was like,
could you imagine what the finale is going to be like before Christmas? Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I can't.
they better do that Caroline Stefan kiss.
I can't.
Okay, he just needs to grab her. It just needs to happen.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Do you think he's...
Like, there's kind of the point. I'm losing hope in him. Like, there's the point where I'm like, he ain't a man, Caroline. Don't go there.
Do you really think that he has feelings for her?
Yes.
And I really
Even
thought
though he said he doesn't.
Well, he didn't say he didn't.
He did. He said, I don't think of
pretty
her
much-
that way. She's my friend. He said that to Damon, because Damon was like, why don't you just... Remember
and
they were
make up.
listing the traits that she has?
I thought.
Him and
I guess I
Alaric
was
were
still
like,
on the train of last week where when she was like, I have feelings for you.
He's
and
running
he just
away,
didn't
though,
say
from his
anything.
feelings. Because he's denying it to Damon.
And
And then in
yeah,
that,
and
where he
Alaric.
was like, I ran away from you because I could cry. P.S. I love you.
during that whole little conversation, I love how we just added a topic, guys. It's fine. Well, it's fine. I'll figure it out. I'll produce as we're sitting here. But I didn't. When they were having that moment, actually, they always bring their scenes in at the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
really,
always like the last.
really. But
It
I
is.
did not feel that time. It was genuine. I didn't feel like Stefan liked her when he was talking to her.
I don't think he feels that way about her. I really
don't.
think he loves
I'm
her, but
blinded
not
by
that
love.
way.
They love each other.
No.
I just think
I'm still-
she's his best friend.
I think
Ew,
I
are you still doing the Lexi thing?
No, you were doing the Lexi thing. I'm still Caroline.
She's like, no.
You. I'm still Team Caroline. I want Klaus back in on this.
It's not gonna happen though.
I know,
He is
but
they
so
would be.
busy in the originals.
He's very busy.
I know,
but, it
but
would
they're
be
just
great.
the perfect. But Stefan's a good second.
I just don't understand why they keep teasing Caroline and Stefan.
Because people want it. That they kept teasing
Duh.
Damon
But
and Elena.
they
and
want
then
it, but they
finally gave
don't.
it.
Like, it's very 50-50. You, the fans, and us, the fans out there, we're very split on it. I would love to see a kiss, but some of you are like, no, heck no. So, I don't know. What do
feel
you
like there
think?
should
I just had a moment. I was like,
What's your
okay,
moment? I love
wanna
Rachel
see
moments.
The kiss, like they know. Like I get over here, I'm like, I'm having a moment. I want to see the kiss with Stefan, and then I want to see her with Enzo.
Oh, yeah, we've done
Yes!
that for a while. But I want
That's
to.
so
Okay, how funny
fun.
would it be if Stefan finally like manned up,
Yeah.
grabbed
She's with
her,
Enzo.
kissed her,
And then she's like,
and
I'm
then
sorry.
they were both like,
No, that's what I was gonna say. I would love to see a kiss, and they're like, maybe not.
That's what I think I
it'd
would
be
like to
funny.
see happen. I would like to see the kiss, but I wouldn't like to see a relationship. I'd like them to kiss and be like, okay, this was fun.
Yeah. Or this didn't.
On
feel-
to the
I didn't
next
feel
one.
anything right.
Caroline has been harping on this for so long. Don't you think it would be so sad? Like,
We got
she would
there.
just seem so indecisive if they finally kissed and she was like, oh, all right, moving on.
I just think it'd be funny because
That's why I
I
think
don't
it'd be
know
good
if
with Enzo.
You're right. I do remember first season though when Stefan first came to high school. I'm going way back.
See,
and
could
he
not
like
remember
basically
this.
was like, Caroline, you and me, it's never gonna happen. Like, do you guys remember that?
Because
remember
he was in love with Elena.
No, I know, but I just think that that's funny, and I think it'd be kind of interesting.
Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
We were reminiscing about how Caroline and Damon used to sleep together.
Forgot that
oh
one.
my
Yeah.
gosh. Caroline was a total different person season 1 to now. She
Yeah.
was so
Promiscuous.
promiscuous, that's a good word. I
She
was
like goes all over Stefan
I
and all
have
over
such
Damon.
a short-term memory. I do not remember
Then
this.
Matt,
It's
then Tyler.
definitely-
she's
gone
been
down the
around.
line.
She's been around. So we talked about everyone this episode except for our beloved Bonnie. What do we think is going to happen to Bonnie next episode? Because she was stabbed, the car is gone. What's next?
I was really confused by that I lied beeper moment.
Because he
That
told
was from
her-
Kai.
Yeah,
He
he
would
told
give
her
her the
that he would
car.
give her the car so she could go on her own.
Oh, I
and
thought it was like I
they
lied.
could
I
be
need a
separate.
Bennett witch. I said
and
the
that
name
could
right.
that could be too. That
I'm
could
the
be
one
too.
over
You did.
here. I'm the one over here. Like during the episode, I'm like asking all the technical questions. Like I'm reaching over to Megan and I'm like, so if she falls asleep and wakes up in the morning, will the gas be full again? And or like if
girl.
she gets stabbed, is she still stabbed in the morning? Because
Right,
it's
'cause
the
it's the
same
same
day.
day.
Jessica is like giving me riddles over here.
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
like,
it's funny.
it's very funny. It's very funny. But I don't
But
know.
what is the answer?
We got bigger problems, girl.
I feel like with
Damon and
Bonnie,
Elena.
I feel like with Bonnie, she always has something up her sleeve. She's always one step ahead of where we are. And I think that there's got to be something. She's got to come up with something. It won't be long now until Damon and all the boys come to her rescue and that she's actually reunited. You don't think so?
I don't know because all of her plans involve her sacrificing herself, and there's nothing left for her to sacrifice
But they
for.
refuse
you
to
know?
let her die, so obviously
No,
she's
there's
sticking
something.
around.
It's
I
just-
keep thinking each episode she's gonna be back, and then she's not.
Right.
It's like we're just waiting.
Right. Something. You're right. Something has to happen.
They
But I
have
just think it's
to.
funny that all of the plans she's always had has involved her sacrificing herself or doing some sort of a spell that she had. You know, it's. I don't
I'm
know what
going
she's
to
gonna
do.
do.
Although, can I just bring up a topic? Caroline and Elena were very excited when they heard that Bonnie was alive. But if it was like one of you all, and I found that out after months of thinking that you were dead, like I'd be crying. I'd be like, "Are you serious?
They just did a
They're
weird
alive."
laugh.
They just
That weird
they just,
laugh. They
they
remember
were like,
The weird
Like,
Caroline had
was really-
I can't even do it.
Yeah.
It's so
Like
awkward. But then there was like the moment in the end where she's like with Damon and she's like, "Do you want to help me bring back my best friend?" And like,
and he was like, "Oh,
and he's like,
burn."
"Oh,
Sure.
you're not gonna talk to me."
Right.
Oh my gosh. And then really quickly, we're adding in like a sixth topic. It's
It was a
fine.
great episode. It
Do
was-
we think that
episode,
the
yeah.
twin theory is going to continue next episode? I mean, is that going
Has to.
to keep going?
Yes, and because I kind of like, I know you guys are not a fan of Liv and Tyler or whatever, they're kind of growing on me.
No, she's so.
I know,
so
she's
moody.
so
Doom and
obnoxious.
gloom. She's so doom and
She's so
gloom.
doom and
She's
gloom.
so all over the place, but Tyler's kind of a pain in the butt, so good.
Well, I think they're good together because
Yeah.
I don't like either of them.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I kind of don't want Kai to leave because I think he's interesting.
Yeah.
He's
I
gonna
don't want him
stick
to
around.
leave either.
But I do feel like eventually they'll figure out a way for Joe to merge with him, but
Yes.
he disappears. I think that's probably what
That
might
way-
happen.
I think that was such a good theory.
Yeah.
I don't think Liv and Luke have a strong enough connection or have a strong enough presence on the Vampire Diaries
Yeah.
to become one of the big parts of the story.
Right.
If they
Right.
tried to merge or if one of them died, honestly, I'm not trying to be mean, but I'd be like, okay, like
Yeah,
I wouldn't
no
really
one would
care.
care.
I completely agree.
But,
Yeah.
like, I'm kind of sold on Kai just being the villain. I think he's great for that.
He's
so
good.
He is really good.
And I know we kind of talked about how we wanted Kai and Liam to swap the actors,
Right.
but I kind of like that now
He's-
that Liam's gone, we get to keep Kai
Yeah.
because he's so
Yes.
interesting.
He has
Right, he
that
is,
good
he is.
twist of where you're like, do I like you? Do I hate you? You're bad.
Well, it's like I
But-
don't know who said it. It was kind of the Damon thing.
Me.
How like it was you that
You
he's
love
like,
him, but you hate him.
Right.
Like
right.
that moment where
Yeah.
he made us, and I feel like there's gonna be more moments of that of where
Yeah.
we don't like the dad as much.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, there's so many great topics, and I'm excited to hear what you all have to say. So while you're typing it out to #TVDAS, we're going to go to a quick commercial break.
just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing. So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it. You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell them don't ahead, turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on theStream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Vampire Diaries After Show here on theStream.tv. Oh my, yeah, okay, no, oh my God, I thought I had a moment for a second. I thought because you guys were talking, I was like, did I say the wrong after show? Oh my God. Okay, so I want to give a shout out right now to a bunch of you that are watching live. So here we go. We got Jenna Powers, and you actually gave us a live question we're going to get to in just a few minutes, so thank you. Jayla Vincent, Quinn Lai, Gina Angelella, and Maya Smith. You guys are just like, you guys are diehard fans. You're always with us. Thank you so much. And don't forget to invite your friends to join the conversation and subscribe right now to theStream.tv's YouTube channel. But right now we're going to take a couple of fan questions that we got earlier in the week. And don't forget to tweet us using the hashtag TVDAS if you want your questions to appear and for us to read it. Okay, so first question comes from Natalia Giraldo. She says, explain to me how Enzo compelled Trip to say nothing after he turned him into a vampire. So this is taking it back to last episode, right? Yes, or the episode before? I don't know.
Yeah.
Enzo
before
compelled Trip?
Before he killed. But did he compel him?
I don't remember that.
No.
I mean, he didn't even really have a chance to say anything because he killed him. He crossed and then then died immediately.
Natalia, I think you know something that we don't, so we'd love to hear from you more and kind of elaborate on that. But I really don't like how Trip's story just ended. I felt like he was so prominent for a hot second, and then he just died, and we're like, oh, okay. Hey,
Bye.
Trip, bye.
That's the thing. I feel like I already forgot about Trip. I was like, when did he go? Like, because so much happened.
There's
this
just so many
episode.
characters going in and out. There's still, what is her name, Sarah?
Yeah.
She's still in the
They
picture?
still have to address that,
Where
though.
is Sarah?
They
There's
have
a
And
lot
she
of
looks Native
storylines.
American. I feel like she's a werewolf or something.
Yeah, she could be. She could be something.
So funny.
All right, but thank you. And our next fan question is actually, it came from YouTube last week. It came from Lily V. Thank you for tuning in. So they've been saying that they're taking things back to season 1. So does this also mean that somehow Elena is going to turn into a human again like Alaric? That's a great question. That would definitely add a mega twist on things. Do we think
No.
Elena is ever going to turn human again?
No.
I think it would be nice if she did. Only because then you could finally see her get the life that she's always wanted. That she wanted the
doesn't
family
know
and the
what
kids.
she wants.
But she wanted the family, she wanted the kids, she wanted to grow old, and we always hear that speech from her. So
Yes.
maybe.
Joe could just like set it all up. She could cross the line. They could like,
Right.
have a pump for her lungs.
Yeah,
and
so
there
she
you
doesn't
go.
drown, yeah.
So she doesn't drown. Right? That
Yeah,
works.
I don't know.
Sure.
It would definitely be a nice twist on things, but I only want to see her with either Stefan or Damon, and of course she can't be human, and that can't happen.
Right.
So, I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know.
like it.
We'll see. We will see. And our next fan question comes from Dante Tolbert. Do you think that Damon will use the magic bear to bring Bonnie back, or will Damon give the magic to Joe to bring Bonnie back? Great question. Great question. So who do we think will be the savior, Damon or Joe?
Joe, for
Joe,
sure.
totally.
I agree. I think
Joe.
she has
Yeah,
to
what
be.
does Damon do?
But he'll give her the bear. He'll give her the bear.
Yeah.
He'll
He's
give her
hot.
the bear, and he's hot, and he's hot, and he's. I don't know.
That gives nothing to the situation.
I know.
Okay, he has good in his heart, and he's hot.
I don't have the good in the heart, but
Yes, he does.
He does.
okay.
All right, moving on to our live questions. Now that we're all flustering over Damon over here. Okay, this one came from, actually, Jenna Powers, I think you wrote in too. Do you guys like Bonnie and Jeremy together? Even though we haven't seen it in a hot second, Yeah, I do. I am a big Bonnie and Jeremy fan.
I'm getting less and less, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got to get his act together.
He does, but I think he will when she comes back.
Oh, so you can just go wild when your person isn't in your life, and then it's like, now I'm good.
Well, he thinks she's dead. That's a
Yeah,
little bit
everybody
different.
feels grief in different ways.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just feel like it would give him a lot more respect if it was like that he's going through his seasons, but he got his act together before Bonnie, because then he can be like, I can be a man for you, Bonnie. You know?
Yeah,
No?
I see what you're saying. But I think she makes him better though.
I definitely agree.
I think
she makes him
better.
better.
So we should all get in dysfunctional relationships because we make we make you better.
No.
Every relationship on the show is dysfunctional. I mean, they're vampires and humans and werewolves and witches.
Touche.
Right?
Love it.
It's just a cluster.
Right.
It's just a cluster. But I definitely, I'm a big fan. Well, so speaking of Bonnie and being in a relationship, Jenna, you also wrote in, do you think there will ever be a romance between Bonnie and Kai?
I thought that this episode.
Did you?
I know.
No.
I'm telling you for 1 second. When he was telling her the story, and we all kind of felt some sympathy for him, and she like looked at him, and you could tell that she like gave him this human component, like, oh, maybe you're not that bad. I feel bad for you. I don't know. I did have a minute because she felt bad for him.
I definitely think
kinda like that.
I think Kai has the potential to be a nice guy, but it's like he's maybe a sociopath. Or
Yes.
It's like
No.
he's he has a
is.
split personality. He can be genuine and then he just goes crazy, and it's really scary. But does Bonnie have the potential to maybe
Make
fix
him
it?
better?
Well, look at Damon.
Yeah.
Remember, she said the same
Okay.
thing to Kai. She
No.
was like, I will never like you, want to spend time with you, but she said the same speech to Damon. I don't know. I think it's possible. Not be together, but maybe they end up friends or something.
I think Damon's different. Because Damon has like the vampire craziness to justify.
You did say that.
And then, but Kai's just psycho.
Kai's hurt.
Exactly.
He's been hurt by his family.
He
He's
has been.
jaded.
After he
Yeah, but you don't go kill him.
all of them.
You don't go kill your
You get
family.
yes, agreed. But he got shunned by, I'm not excusing this by any means. Don't misread what I'm saying. But I'm saying that he was shunned by his family, so that made him go crazy a little bit. You feel kind of bad for him because he felt like the odd
there's
person.
no coming back
He's the
from
only
that.
one that doesn't have magic in his family. He wasn't going to be considered to be the leader because of that, and it's not his fault, so he snapped. I'm just saying.
I get
Every
it.
time Elena did something, he went and killed somebody. It's the same thing.
Okay.
We're like, no,
My husband's a lawyer, so.
No, that's why. That's
why.
why. Because I'm like, you bring up some great points. Like, I'm on board.
It was
Yeah.
always a snap. Like Damon would snap.
Yep, and Kai snapped. And so I'm really curious to see how his story unfolds. But the thought of Bonnie and Kai together, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I don't either.
Do you guys hate it?
I hate it. I really like Kai as a character. I think he's really interesting. But to me, there's just no coming back from his kind of cray.
He's just cray. Is that even
Yeah, we justify Damon.
Right. Okay. Well, okay. You do justify Damon. I mean, if you
He's
can
a vampire. It's different.
That's not an excuse.
It kinda
You're born
is.
into a
I
witch
mean, they
coven with
both
no
have-
powers. That's gonna destroy you.
Oh my gosh. As much as I don't want this episode or this after show to end right now, it has to. But I just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. And just remember that we won't be here next week because it is Thanksgiving and there is no episode. But we'll be back the week after, all the way up until the season finale right before Christmas. So thank you, ladies. It was a great episode. It was a really exciting episode. And we will see you all in a couple of weeks. Bye,
Happy
everyone.
Thanksgiving.
Bye.